Max, great to see you. Whenever you come back to Canada camp, what are the emotions and what do you feel?
Happiness first, excitement, happiness, happy to be with my teammates, around the guys, because every time we're together, we're enjoying the process of getting to 26, because I just came to another interview not so long ago, and he was just asking me about how was the feeling, and everybody has that excitement in mind that it's coming very fast, that there's a process into coming into 26, which right now is Suriname next, and then check all the boxes before the World Cup. But generally excited and happy to be back with the guys, and tracking our guys playing in Europe, playing in MLS still for the playoffs at that time of the year. It's like there's always an excitement of seeing one another play, so it's good.
For you, there's been a real evolution over the last few years. Obviously, you've been in camp for a long time, then you missed the World Cup due to the injury. Now it appears to be your net. I know you're not going to say that, but do you feel that there's a bit more importance to your role when you arrive in here, both on and off the pitch?
I don't put a lot of pressure regarding that on my shoulder whatsoever. When I do arrive, I'm just being myself mostly. It's not something that I have a focus on to say, oh, Max, I've been here for a bit of time, etc. I know the group well. I'm one of the oldest in the team too. I don't think about that. It just naturally, if I have to say something, it comes out naturally. And so I think it's just being myself on and off the field, and talking to the boys, either trying to raise our game or to make a joke here and there. I think that's how my personality comes out. Yeah.
But it's clear that the other players look up to you and respect you. No? You think? I mean, I know the coach has spoken about how you've been a real, one of the senior leaders of the team now, and how much respect that they held. That must be nice for you to be able to take that role on and help them.
Yeah, of course. I think there's always a time to have a laugh, and there's always a time to be serious. And by doing that, I'm one of the first ones as well to raise my hand and say, hey guys, I could have done better here. So by doing this, well, everybody as well is able to receive a critique and able to give advice. And so two pair of eyes is better than one. Everybody is open to have open conversation to get better. We're not perfect, but that's why we work every single day. When we're together, and it's short time, and that time is very valuable, because you cannot lose 1 or 2 or 3 sessions. It's very a tight window. You got to be very good and very attention to small details. I think it's the difference. We're always saying these words, not small details, but the higher this level, it's you nail those details, you win. So I think it's a crunch time for us.
Part of the small details is emotional control. And it's clear that this team is very different this year than in past years, when there's been a little bit more games played by opposition or difficult decisions by referees. And when I talk to Jesse about that emotional intelligence that this group shows, and I ask what's that evolution, he points one to you as well for helping in that. What have you done, and what has this team done to make sure that you guys don't lose mentally, your cool in the games like this?
I think the group that we have now have lived in club and international levels some great experience, that everybody takes a bit of their own personal experience into the collective, and collectively we've had results that hurt us. So we know the field, we know the mistakes that were made at these moments, and what are we able to take from those moments for it to not re-happen again for us. And so let's take an example that we had against Panama when they tied a game. A couple of months back, we could have a slip up. Let's say the game against Jamaica, where it happens, and it's the same kind of group, same core. But we kept on doing what we do well. We put pressure on the opposition. We kept the ball in the right moments. We kept on pushing. The tempo was more high for Panama. They couldn't resist, and Joe found the winner. I think in a couple of months' time, the end result could have been different at that time, but because of those slip-ups or those hard moments, everybody pulled through, and the commitment and the commitment to one another is very, very, very important, and that's something that came along the way with the qualification period, with the injuries of some. I'm thinking about Tejan, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's big moments that a team lives. Copa was a big one. That can elevate your team and your locker room. And I think we've had some experience, good and bad, that makes us connected to one another and committed to one another.
But that's fascinating. That togetherness is still there, even when things go a little bit violently in a game or a little bit like I think of Mexico and the foul after 3 minutes and how they just wanted to keep fouling you the entire game. I think of some of the experiences in Copa where the teams just wanted to get in a physical battle and they wanted you to lose your control, and you as a group just don't.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a time that the team would handle that differently, but now we have played those kind of games, we have felt those kind of heat. And it's not like Mexico is a team that can play us out of the park like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. It's not the case anymore, especially the last 12 months, you know. So I think it's the message as well sent from Jesse and the staff saying, guys, let them do their thing, and we keep control, we keep calm, we keep our heads, and we stick to the game plan.
And as a winner, that sounds like the mentality of winners, no? Is that something that goes hand in hand with trying to win something?
Yeah, I think it does. I think when you detach yourself emotionally from a moment and you very much focus on the collective mindset of getting the job done, whatever happens, or regardless of whatever thing you get thrown at, let's separate ourselves and go on the mission and the task in hand. And sometimes it's to play long, sometimes to play short, sometimes it's to foul, sometimes to be beautiful, sometimes to play dirty. Who cares? But get it done, you know. So I think we're in that phase that we can honestly separate ourselves mentally that says, okay, we know what to do in that moment to get a result.
And I know the Brotherhood saying doesn't get used much, but there still seems to be a real authenticness about the relationships that you guys have. This is real.
Yeah, we care for one another, you know. It's been, all these guys are brothers, like honestly. Because we've been together for so long, we've lived amazing moments, more difficult moments. We care for one another. Like I just said, like everybody's watching everybody play in clubs, and we come back here and we have a lot of fun and jokes throwing here and around. But we care for one another, honestly. We're very excited and we're very proud of the success of one of our guys, for instance, because we have more and more guys evolving in a top 5 leagues and guys playing Champions, Europa conference. Playoffs now for the North Americans. So, you know, we're just proud of one another because we are, I think we're just Canadian of ourselves. You know, we're proud of putting ourselves on the map.
Yeah, and you've all been linked, I think, in many ways where there's been adversity. Like almost everybody on this team has been told at one point, you may not be where you are today.
Yeah, exactly. And now everybody's kind of proving here and there that, yeah, no, it's time for us to be out there, yeah.
And finally, not to look past Suriname, but knowing that how much you love these guys, how special would it be to try and get one of those trophies that you're playing for 2 of them in 2025?
That's the goal, you know. Obviously the goal at the moment that we're talking, tomorrow on the field, playing all that stuff, we're going down to Suriname, we're going to go to Toronto. Thank you, good night, get the job done first. But I think in our minds with this team, the last time the country has lifted a trophy was in 2000, so almost 25 years. And we have the group to do it now. Everybody understands that it's time, and it's been a long time. So we're all working in that same direction. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thanks, Max.
Of course.
Awesome.